We have a good list of questions already submitted from our audience this evening. So I'd like to begin by offering it to Eva Ng for her opening remarks. Eva, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Hello, everybody. My name is Eva Ng. I am no one special. I'm just an ordinary citizen who has stepped out of the ranks of the private sector to represent each and every citizen in St. Paul. I am running a nonpartisan race because in the spirit of this race, local races are all nonpartisan. I cannot even buy an R behind my name, even if I wanted. However, I am endorsed by the Republican City Committee. A little bit about my background. I am the eldest daughter of 2 people who were separately orphaned and escaped communist China when they were 12. They walked their way out of Hong Kong to freedom. My family immigrated to Texas when I was 10 years old. I embraced every opportunity that was put before me. I earned scholarships, survived many odds, and graduated with the first generation of female chemical engineers out of Texas A&M University. I spent 30 years in the private sector, 10 years as a presidential fast-tracker, troubleshooter, in a Fortune 100 company, turning entire departments around every 2.5 to 3 years. 10 years as a turnaround specialist for small to mid-sized companies, ranging from 2 to 20 million in size. I typically turn one of those around every 3 to 5 weeks. I came to St. Paul as a result of a company that I turned around here in Eagan, a company for which I eventually became CEO. I am running for mayor to apply my life skills to do real work for the people, not to become a celebrity, not just to create a political career, and not for any personal gain. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but if our audience would refrain from applause until the end of the evening, or it's going to be a very long night. Chris Coleman, 2 minutes for your opening remarks, please.
Well, thank you very much. And first of all, I want to thank the League for your willingness to host this event. You always do such a good job. And I want to thank Eva for her participation in the process and her passion for the city of St. Paul. I want to thank my wife, Connie, for joining us here this evening. Unfortunately, my kids had an option of the baseball game or the debate, and shockingly, they picked the baseball game. 4 years ago, I was given one of the greatest honors of my life. I got to be the mayor of the city that I grew up in, the mayor that I love, the mayor that my wife and I are raising our kids in. I ran for mayor because I didn't like the direction that the city was heading in. I saw the council and the mayor at loggerheads. I saw a structural deficit that wasn't being dealt with. I saw a community that was feeling like it was shut out of the process, that didn't feel like they had a voice in governance of their community. And I saw deterioration and neglect in our public buildings, in our libraries, and in our parks. So I ran for mayor and was elected. And I opened the doors to City Hall, literally and figuratively. My predecessor had installed a security system that prevented council members, community members, reporters, and anyone else that wanted to go back and talk to the mayor's office, the mayor's staff, or the mayor himself from being able to get back into that office. On the day that I took office, we opened up that door and we opened up City Hall. Because of that, we were able to tackle some long-term problems. We were able to solve a $16 million structural deficit by putting a 4-year plan in place and actually solved it in 3 years. We were able to move forward on the construction of the Central Corridor light rail line after 30 years of discussion. We were able to reinvigorate downtown St. Paul to the point where the Minneapolis paper had to admit that downtown St. Paul was the new hotspot. We saved 500 jobs at the old Rock 10 plant on 94. We did it because we worked together. That's the kind of mayor I've been. It's the kind of mayor I will be.